This is what's left of the Ayala's family home in Maya Mopan. It was knocked down earlier this week because the family was informed that they were squatting. They've been living here for about 15 years, but according to Ana Tech Ayala, her husband had paid a small sum to buy the land from someone way back in the early 2000s. But after that person passed on, 2 years ago, they attempted to purchase this piece of land with title, but they were flatly rejected. Ayala says the house was torn down with most of her possessions inside, despite asking for time to relocate. Now, all her possessions are lying around her relative's home, and they now have to look for a more permanent place to live.
They were saying that I'm squatting on the land, but to me, I'm not squatting on the land. I'm willing to pay the land. Last year in February, I went and tried to pay the land. 3 times in that same month, I went to try to pay the land, and they never want to accept the money. At first, Mr. Manzanero told me that it is my husband's name. So that's why I'm really interested to pay it, because he told me that he can transfer it into my name because I'm a Belizean. I born here. I'm a Belizean. And so when I went again at the office, Mr. Manzanero told me that he will not accept no money with me, that he will not give me no land because he said he don't sell it already.
What year did you start trying to pay for it? How long ago?
Last 2 years. Last 2 years, the inspector came and see us right there, and he told us if we want the land, we could pay it. It was 7,000 if we want it, but if we want to pay it just like that, leave it by leave it, they say 1,200. They have to go left in the office, and they could give us in our name. I tried to do that, but you see, they don't want to accept my money. 3 times I went with the same money in my hand. I'm not saying lie because the lie can make me no free. The truth will make me free.
And because they've lived here for this extended period, according to attorney Arthur Soldiver, because the land was the property of Recondev, the Ayalas had rights to it. But now this family has no recourse, he explains.
Their tenure on this property cannot be deemed squatting in the sense that we would be using the term ordinarily. Some time ago, more than 12 years ago, the present-year Representative Jan Saldiva had given verbal authority to these persons to be here on this property. If the land is government land, vis-a-vis land that falls under the Ministry of Natural Resources, is 30 years. But Recondev is not government. Recondev is a private corporation and basically stands in the same position as you or I. So if it was our land, your land, Andrea Polanco's land, it would only require a person being there for 12 years. So the corporation is no different. The right would have accrued for adverse possession to take place and for title by prescription to be made allowable. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and they are no longer in possession. What the law requires is 12 years continuous and undisturbed occupation without acknowledgement to a person or entity with a superior title. In this particular instance, before anything could have been engaged in court, they were dispossessed of the land. So they are no longer in possession or control. They're no longer in occupation. So there's not much that can be done here in relation to this particular parcel of land.
Saldiva calls this most recent incident political victimization, but for Ayala, she feels like it's a bad heartbreak resulting from her disappointment in the politicians in Belmopan.
This is a clear-cut case of political victimization from my point of view. And it is something that has been practiced here in Belmopan widely under the present administration. What we have seen and what we have heard from persons whose homes have been broken down recently is that they were used up until the time of elections. And as soon as elections were over, they were told that we no longer need you.
Jan Saldivar is getting tired of the people. That's what I'm thinking now. And you see, we put our vote for them, and when they have campaign, they pass out to houses and ask for our votes, and we do it. You see, when they went on their seat now, you see what happened, what they're doing for the people. Well, like how my husband said, it feel like our heart gets broken. Yes, because we lose everything. We have to start build up everything back again.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.